and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian. I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. I hope that all of you are having a fantastic weekend so far. We are celebrating Canada Day here in, of course, Canada and British Columbia. Welcome, Fuang, Angel, Elizabeth. Good to see our members. Mensage, AJ, Kamaboko, Anna, Kevin, Jasmine. Nice to see all of you here with me. Everybody, this is IELTS Speaking Part 3, the third and final part of the speaking section of the exam. Music and instruments. We are continuing on this topic. If you were here half an hour ago, you knew or you know that we had a part 2 cue card about a musical instrument you like to play or listen to. And we had some of our students talking about the piano, the guitar, referring to the violin and the cello. A lot of just beautiful instruments out there in the world to listen to. The lesson, aehelp.com, academic IELTS. For success on the academic test, go to aehelp.com. For general IELTS, go to gieltshelp.com. These are the websites that power these live classes and that we use in these live classes. As many of you just saw, we used this website, aehelp.com, to talk with our students. Click that big red button that's just above my head there. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access. We are an IDP affiliate. We're a British Council partner. I'm a certified British Council agent. We're an IELTS test registration center. We work together to bring you quality English assessment and help you achieve your goals while maintaining the integrity of universities and the workplace. So for general IELTS, check out gieltshelp.com. It's this big red button here, again, just above my head. When you click either one of those, depending on whether you need the academic or the general, you have the checkout form. Type in our discount code, sales9, for that 10% discount, and you are good to go. We'll come back to these websites in a bit to talk to some of our students, everyone. All right. Evergo is on to the topic of reading. Evergo, for other topics, reading, listening, writing, check out the website and send us an email, or make sure to pay attention to the live classes that we have for those. Okay. All right, everybody. We have some apps for you, of course. Academic IELTS Help and General IELTS Help. Academic IELTS Help is this one. General IELTS Help is this one. And if you want a behind the scenes look at a video that we haven't released yet, hush hush, you can check out this video here. And there's a special code for that one. It's called Dance 9, a special discount code. All right. So questions, aehelp.com, admin at aehelp.com, or Adrian at aehelp.com. All right. Kamaboko, free speaking, usually 24 to 48 hours for the feedback. Usually, if you don't see it, it might be lost in one of your spam filters, or you might not have received it. You can always send us an email in that case. Okay, everybody. So speaking part 3 right now. Next week, we've got speaking, reading, listening. I will post the schedule on our YouTube community board and on Instagram. So look for the next week's schedule in those locations. IELTS speaking part 3. Speak and repeat. Copy what I say, copy how I say it, everybody. Okay. I speak with a West Coast North American accent. So if you like Hollywood movies, if you speak to people from California, British Columbia, Oregon, Washington, Alaska, Yukon, It's true. We all speak English more or less with the same kind of crisp, clear accent. All right. So let's do this. Let's just jump right in. I will give you tips and strategies, vocabulary and grammar as we practice the speaking. Let's talk about music and musical instruments. Now, we discussed the different types of musical instruments. So we said there are string instruments, there are percussion instruments, there are woodwind instruments and brass instruments. Together, the woodwind and the brass often just referred to as the wind instruments. Let's jump in. So the examiner says that is the end of part 2. We will now continue with part 3. For this part, I will ask you a couple of questions related to your response and to the topic of part 2. Let's talk about music and musical instruments. Why do you think music is important in a person's life? Give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. To start, you can use a leading expression, especially when it's accurate. Make sure it's accurate. Like, that's an interesting question. Because it is, right? Why do you think music is important in a person's life? That's an interesting question. Sure is, right? And then use the question. So I think that music is crucial for people's well-being because, all right? Okay. And then think about it. Don't overcomplicate. So think about the main reasons why music. What do we do with it? So when do you listen to music? Well, you listen to it for entertainment when you want to have fun, because music is energizing and entertaining. It is so important to have music at weddings, birthdays, and other social events. Okay. All right. So keep it simple, right? Where do you listen to music? Well, you listen to it when you're out dancing with friends, having a good time, a fun time, at a birthday, at a wedding, right? So music is super important. When else do you listen to music? When you want to relax and when you want to kind of be by yourself and feel your emotions and your mood. When you're in love. I bet a lot of you have listened to music when you're in love, right? So music is tied to our emotions, our emotional states, right? Think about those, okay? Remember what I said? I think that was yesterday's class or the day before, where I said think about the small, think about the context, the example. So when do you listen to music? Where do you listen to music, right? Okay. So an ode to express love for another. An ode is kind of like a tribute song, right? So I don't know how many guys or girls out there have been under the balcony playing their guitar. Amra, have you done that for some special someone out there? Bring, it's a beautiful night. The stars are shining. Your eyes are sparkling, right? A little sonnet, a little ode for that special someone, maybe, to express your feelings. Amra says, not yet. All right, Amra. You're thinking about it now, though, right? Hey, yeah, let's bring that back. All right, so when you're in the IELTS exam, enjoy it, have fun with it, be a part of it, visualize it, right? Those are all very, very important tips. Just like right now, we're having fun with it. Okay. Pima, I like it. All right, so why do you think, again, repeat after me, everybody, this is speaking. So why do you think music is important in a person's life? That's an interesting question. I think that music is crucial for people's well-being because music is energizing and entertaining. It is also important to have music at weddings, birthdays, and other social events. Let me try that again. It is so important to have music at weddings, birthdays, and other social events. It is also important to emphasize feelings, such as an ode to express love for another. I still remember singing to my wife under the balcony when we were dating. Right. My wife might tell you otherwise, but anyway, visualize it, right? Okay, do I have some answers here? Nipa has an answer for us. This is what Nipa says. Nipa says, that's a good question. Well, I think music is the most beautiful way to express a person's emotions or feelings. It is entertaining for people, and it is the best way to relax. Nipa, that's really good, and I know you don't have tons of space. Oh, I see it. Nipa, good. So Nipa says, like me, I love music, and especially when listening to music, I feel happy. Nipa, this is kind of a general example that you're giving here. Like me, I love music, and especially when I listen to music, I feel relaxed and happy. So Nipa, that's kind of a general example. Students, when you're giving examples for your answers, try to be really specific. Like me, I love music, and especially when I listen to who should Nipa listen to? Shakira. I feel relaxed and happy. Sure. Okay, Nipa, you're listening to Shakira. You didn't say it. I had to pick somebody. Shakira's good. Like me, I love music, and especially when I listen to Shakira, I feel relaxed and happy. Okay, make your examples specific. When they're specific, they just sound better. They will get you better band scores. Okay. All right. Domenico, what do you reckon? Domenico reckons. Domenico says, I reckon. Reckon means to think. It's kind of a southern slang. Okay. Means think or believe. Okay. It's a southern English. I reckon that music plays a crucial role in people's well-being because it has the power to evoke deep emotions and can be a source of comfort, solace, and joy. On top of that, I'm also of the opinion that music can be used as a means of self-expression. Like the cello, which has the power to evoke my deep emotions of feeling like I'm being transported into a meditative state. Very nice, Domenico. I like it. That's a band 9 answer, said fluently. Okay. Nipa, yours without the specific example would have been about a band 6.5. Okay. With the example, with those corrections, we can boost that to a 9. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Next question. How does playing an instrument benefit an individual? Okay. Think about Amra's situation, playing around the campfire. There are lots of great answers for this. Okay, so how does playing an instrument benefit an individual? Give me a nice full sentence answer. I will do the same, and then we'll compare. While I type, I'll remain a little bit silent, so I'll let you think. Okay, so all right. There's my answer. If you were reading it, hopefully you were coming up with some answers on your own as well. Okay, Kamaboko has this answer for us. Kamaboko says it helps in enhancing the overall cognitive skills of a person. Apart from this, learning to play an instrument with others opens up opportunities to interact with individuals having similar interests. Okay, give me an example. Kamaboko, we don't want to sound like ChatGPT here, everyone. We want to sound original. And here's an interesting thought, everybody. Since AI has hit the scenes, like ChatGPT, for example, it is becoming ever increasingly important to sound original. In some ways, AI instruments and software like ChatGPT are a double-edged sword, everybody. Yikes. Why, right? I'll tell you why. So, AI, meaning artificial intelligence, like ChatGPT, is a double-edged sword. Why do I say that? In one way, it's really beneficial. They help with ideas in workflow or even study flow, right? So they help you to learn and help you to kind of advance nice and fast. But in another way, it has put even greater value and emphasis on original thought. Okay, so whether it's the IELTS or whether it's your high school English teacher or your university biology professor, it's now even more important that you sound like an original person or an original idea, right? So when somebody's looking at an answer or at an essay, and if it doesn't have any specific examples or unique ideas, then they'll go, oh, did you use ChatGPT for that? Like, no, it was me. Promise? Right? So, you don't want your audience thinking that, right? So you don't want your audience wondering, did you use ChatGPT for that? Right? No. Right? So make sure to include those examples. Otherwise, the examiner's going to be like, huh, the last 10 people strangely had the exact same answer as you for that question. Right? Rajesh says, please read my sentence. All right. AJ says, Google's new Starline project may change this issue very soon. Maybe, if it can produce original thought. But I wouldn't hold my breath. All right. Rajesh says this. Rajesh, thank you for not just repeating and spamming, but actually like saying, can you please check out what I wrote? Rajesh, here you go. I'm going to check out what you wrote. And I'm going to put it in the right place, which is here. Okay, so going back to this question, Rajesh, here's your answer. Of course, playing an instrument definitely benefits an individual as it gives a cathartic effect, a cathartic effect in our life. It gives a cathartic that's not the right way to do it, Rajesh. Let me think about that. It gives a cathartic, it creates a cathartic mood. Okay? In our life is not good English, okay? In our lives, plural, our, many, us, lives, so that's incorrect anyway, but it's better to write it like this, okay? And don't use for instance, Rajesh, just use I immediately, because a good example, you don't need to say for instance or for example. IELTS examiners freak out. They think you're going to like talk forever and go off topic. So just go right into the example. Just say, I used to play piano in my school days as I play the piano, as I played, or when I played. Okay. When I played, you don't need the piano again because we know that now from your previous. When I played, it relaxed my mind. Yeah, okay, and again, a little bit more specific, right? So when I played Mozart, it always relaxed my mind. Okay, so a couple of corrections there, Rajesh. Pay attention, okay? That's how we go from a band 6 to at least a band 8 for this, okay? Band 6 to 8, there, all right? Okay, everybody, I want to give you as many chances as possible to practice with me here today. So what I'm going to do is I am going to jump right into volunteering for all of these remaining questions here. I'd like to really give you a good chance to speak. And you can do that according to Umra's instructions in the chat. Umra, our chat moderator, hey, Chen's here too. Umra says, go to aehelp.com, go to the account, student partner speaking, look for the name master, click it. Let me show you. Okay, so first things first, go to the website. Chen backing up the instructions there. So look at Chen or Arma's instructions. So go to the website. This is our academic IELTS help website. Strongly recommend joining the premium version of the course, clicking that big red button. It's a one-time payment. It's lifetime access, and it's super, super helpful. Okay. Once, or for general IELTS, it's gltshelp.com. It's going to be the green background, looks like that. Okay. Same chat interface. The chat interface links between the two sites, so you're good. You'll see the same people in either one. Then so you click that, you can join. Okay. Then you go to my student account. Your My Student account has lots of materials for you. Computer-based practice exams, full online interactive course, exam book. Okay, and you're clicking on this student partner speaking. Okay. Accept the terms that you're going to use it for IELTS. And we see Kamaboko at the top of the list, followed by Rajesh, Angel, Fuang, Vishal, Raghav, Praj Singh, the pop star, our premium student right there. That's great. Use your full email for your name. That makes it easy to identify. All right, Vishal, Angel, let me put on my headset. Now you can see some of the people already volunteering by those little orange numbers that are coming up by their names. Yeah, that's great. So the way they're doing that is they are finding me, and they find me because this is an interface for everybody to talk to everybody, not just me. We use it during the live classes. So master is who you're looking for to find me. And then when you find me, you can click the blue envelope next to my name there. Okay. All right. Angel, I know you didn't get a chance last time. I don't think there was a good connection there, so let's give you a chance. Are you ready? I'm shouting it at you with all those capitals. Are you ready? My caps lock is down. Okay. Okay. Angel says yes.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Angel. How are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
I am doing okay. Thank you. Angel, can you just tell everybody, introduce yourself, tell everybody where you live and why you are taking the IELTS exam?
Yes, I'm originally from Iran, but I've been living in Turkey since 3 years ago, and I'm planning to continue my education in an English-speaking country. Therefore, I've been preparing for IELTS exam.
Awesome. Do you play a musical instrument?
Unfortunately, no, I haven't had any opportunity to learn a musical instrument.
Okay. Yes, it's one of my regrets as well, not learning to play a musical instrument. But for my daughters, I'm changing that. My older daughter's 7 and she already plays the piano. What would you like to learn?
I would like to learn piano.
Piano. Okay. If I could go back in time, even just a little bit, like if I could go back to when I'm like, let's say 20 years old, I would probably still give it more of an effort. I think now I'm a little bit old to learn a musical instrument, but maybe I'll try it too. All right. You just got to take some steps. Take some steps, Angel, for that piano. Get some lessons going. All right. Let me ask you a few questions for part 3. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's talk about music and musical instruments. Do you think children should be encouraged to learn a musical instrument? Why or why not?
Well, undoubtedly, it can be positively impact on children. They should be encouraged to learn a musical instrument. On the whole, it helps them to manage their stress and experience a sense of calmness and mental well-being. Moreover, playing musical instrument will open up career opportunities for them in the future.
What role does music play in your culture?
Um, Music has played an integral role in Iran's culture for over about 2,500 years. And there are many different kinds of musical instruments that Iranians use to create music, such as piano, guitar, and setar, which is the traditional type of musical instrument in Iran. Um, each part of Iran has its own traditional music with diverse styles. Furthermore, music serves a way to bring people together and express emotions in important events such as weddings and so on.
Okay. All right. Let me give you some feedback there. That's some nice speaking for sure. That would be like a 7.5
Oh, thank
on the
you.
IELTS. So it would be somewhere between good and very good. You have some good ideas. You have some good answers. You have excellent vocabulary, outstanding vocabulary for sure. Some grammatical mistakes that are a little bit awkward and off. Some word choice mistakes that are a little bit awkward and off. Some communication or coherence mistakes that we could improve on a little bit, but overall quite good indeed. Okay, your confidence is excellent, Angel. So you're confident, you know what you want to say, and you just say it, and that's really important for the IELTS, especially for part 3 as well. Let me give a little bit more specific feedback. Everybody listen up, because it's not just for Angel. A lot of people make similar mistakes. Okay. So I asked you, do you think children should be encouraged to learn a musical instrument? You said, well, undoubtedly it can be positively impacted on children. Okay, I know what you're trying to say, and you're kind of using all the right words, but you're not really using them in the right way, in the right order, with the right preposition. So I have to, in my brain, kind of make a number of fixes to make that a clear sentence. So pay attention to this, Angel, and when you're practicing at home, write it down and then think, okay, how can I fix that? So this would be a perfect example of where you could use like even Grammarly or the grammar check in Google to kind of help you figure out what's going on, or even an AI software like Fix This Sentence. Always mention the exact subject when you're starting, Angels. So, well, undoubtedly music. Don't use the pronoun it. Okay. Be very careful with how you use pronouns. This is advice for everybody. So using it, they, them is dangerous, because you can create a mistake or a situation. It's called an ambiguous pronoun. That's the mistake. It's ambiguous pronoun. Ambiguous pronoun means that we don't really know exactly what it's supposed to mean. Okay. So does it mean the musical instrument? Does it mean encouraging the child to play the musical instrument? So what does it actually mean? So undoubtedly, playing a musical instrument can be a positive impact on children, or can have, is actually better, can have a positive impact on children. So they should be encouraged to play. Okay. Can you repeat that after me? Well, undoubtedly, playing a musical instrument can have a positive impact on children's development, so they should be encouraged to play.
Yes, sir. Well, undoubtedly, playing a musical instrument can have a positive impact on children's development. Say they should be encouraged to play a musical instrument.
So they should be encouraged to play.
They should be encouraged to play.
Yeah, we want to avoid wordiness and repetition even in our speech, right? And then you had a really nice list of reasons. I did catch that. I wasn't fast enough to write it down, but you did say that it helps with cognitive development, with fine motor skills. So you had some good details there, which was nice. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Then I asked you, what role does music play in your culture? And you said, music has played an integral role in Iran's culture for over 2,500 years. Really nice use of the word integral. Okay. It means that it's closely connected and important, right? So integral, it's intertwined. It's an integral. It's a fundamental or a key piece. Okay, so nice use of that vocabulary there. It just needs to be a little bit smoother. Okay, so Angel, can you just repeat after me? Music has played an integral role in Iran's culture for over 2,500 years.
Music has played an integral role in Iran's culture for over 2,500 years.
2,500 years.
2,500 years.
2,500 years.
2,500 years.
Music has played an integral role in Iran's culture for over 2,500 years.
Music has played an integral role in Iran's culture for over 2,500 100 years.
In Iran's culture for over 2,500 years.
In Iran's culture for over 2,500 years.
Good. Okay. Music has played an integral role in Iran's culture for over 2,500 years.
Music has played an integral role in Iran's culture for over 2,500 years.
Nice. That's Band 9 fluency. Okay. So that's what you want to do. All right. You've got the vocabulary. Work on the grammar. Work on the fluency component. Do this kind of repetition work that I was just doing with you. Okay. Do it with your partners. All right. Make sure that you're, of course, repeating a grammatically accurate and correct sentence when you're doing that. All right. One last tip, Angel, while I have you here. And again, you know, some of you are like, wow, he's spending so much time with Angel here explaining all of this. Yes, because this is not just your battle, Angel. It's also a lot of other English and language learners. They have similar kinds of challenges. So here's another quick tip, just as a kind of a last little cherry on the cake. You said, furthermore, music brings people together, such as on weddings and so on.
And birthday party.
Okay, good. Yeah, you realized what I'm gonna pick at you, right? You're like, I know Adrian. He's gonna pick on me for the so on. So in academic and professional settings, it's strongly advised to avoid using so on, etc., so forth, on and on. Okay, all of those. The reason why is because it has no meaning for your listeners. So it's like da 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 da. It's like okay. So instead of saying and so on, just give another example and that's it, right? Further, music brings people together, such as at weddings and birthdays.
Okay, sir.
All right. So always finish on a clear term. You don't want to leave your listener hanging, right? That's the idea there. So that's the quick tip. No and so on, no etc. Not in professional communication. Okay?
Okay, sir. Jot it down.
All right. Angel, fantastic English. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Bye, Angel.
A good weekend. Bye-bye.
All right. Thumbs up for Angel. Let's give her a big thanks. She helped us out there. She shared some really good English with us and some really important tips to pay attention to. Okay. All right. Let's see. Do we have any new brave souls that are giving this a shot? I have to. Push, Praj, sing the pop star. I mean, on the topic of music, right? With a email like that. Sure. Are you ready? Let's see what's going on with Push Praj. Sing the pop star. Right. Let's reach out. Hi, Push Praj. Can you hear me? Sounds like you picked up, but I don't hear your voice. I'm not sure if it's on your end, if it's your mic or your setup or your internet connection. You want to check that out. Okay. Try it with somebody else and then come back. I'll circle back to you and give you a second chance here in a moment. It could be on my end too, so I'll have to check with another person. So Push Praj, don't go too far. Okay. Just try to connect with somebody else. Check your setup. And then stay in there. If you think you've got it, you've figured it out, send me a message. Let me reach out to, I'm already kind of surfing on Vishal here. Vishal, are you ready? Sometimes it's just a matter of refreshing the website, refreshing the page. If you've had it open for a while, just like with other websites, you could time out your connection to the server and so forth. So just refresh it. All right. Vishal. That was a really quick pickup, but I don't hear Vishal either. That's okay, Vishal, same thing. So check your connection. I'm going to try one more person here. Let's try Tatiana, and then I might have to do a refresh on my end if I don't hear anybody again. Never know where that hiccup can be. Tatiana, if you're there, let me know, and then we'll connect here.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Tatiana.
Hi. Long time no see.
Yes, long time no speak, for sure.
Right.
How have you been?
Uh, differently, but let's go on.
Right, lots of challenges in your neck of the woods, right?
Yep.
So,
But yeah, I'm ready to talk about musical instruments, music, and all of that.
music is one of the ways that we can fix problems in the world, right?
To dissolve misunderstanding, as Amra put it.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's do it. Let me ask you some questions based on music and musical instruments. Here we go. How have musical preferences changed over the years in your country?
In my country, Russia, musical preferences have significantly transformed over the years. Nowadays, music lovers have access to all types of music around the world, all types of genres, musical bands, and so on and so forth. Unlike times unlike the 20th century, the middle of the 20th century, when the music choice was limited to probably only Soviet time musical bands approved by authorities.
What is the impact of technology on the way we make and listen to music?
Oh, the influence of technology is hard to overestimate. This is because it allows us to listen music practically everywhere and in various volume. We can use music through our smartphones, laptops, and we can play music as well and record it, and it was impossible, say, like 100 years ago.
Okay. All right. I'm going to grade you, critique you, and then give you some tips. How does that sound?
Please.
All right, Tatiana. So my first tip, I'm going to start with a tip this time. Okay. My tip,
Okay.
when your brain is chewing on the information and you're having a little bit of difficulty putting together your thoughts in clear patterns, you have to shift. Okay. You have to get out of that gear and you have to shift into another gear. And one way to do that, it's probably the best way to shift gears, is to use an example. Okay, whether it's a personal example or a general but specific example, shift to an example. So when you're talking about the role of music in your culture in Russia, and Russia, like the rest of the world, extremely global and modern with its music, right? You have to think of those examples. Like, I know that, for instance, electronic music has become extremely popular in Russia over the past couple of decades as well, that where it wasn't around before. So there are new forms of music, not just a new content, but also new forms of music. And so you can jump to that example. Like, you can say, nowadays it's common for young adults to go to clubs and listen to electronic music from around the world. This simply wasn't around 30, 40 years ago. Are you following me? But I have to see those 20-year-olds jumping up and down in one of those rooftop clubs in Moscow to music, to be able to think of that example and then compare that to like 30, 40 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot about examples completely.
Okay. Exactly. And that's a very dangerous situation to get into in the IELTS exam to complete. Two of the situations, no matter, and you probably heard me say this, Tatiana, 1,000 times, and that's why I do it. Examples and numbers. You can't forget about numbers, and you can't forget about examples throughout your IELTS test, because those are basically lifesavers that, instead of sinking to a band 6 or a band 5, they float you to a band 8 or a band 9. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. So how have musical preferences changed over the years in your country? You said, in my country, Russia, really nice. That was a good specific lead in. You said musical preferences have significantly transformed. I love how you reflected the present perfect. That was really good, over the years. And then you said nowadays music lovers have access to all types of genres from all over the world, unlike in the middle of the 20th century, when music choice was limited to government approved songs, right? All right, fine. Now here is where you should have jumped into an example. Nowadays, a young 20-year-old Russian can listen to a drum and bass song from a U.S. composer in a nightclub on the top of a building in Moscow. This was simply unimaginable in the 1970s. Okay, so again, those numbers, right? Those specific numbers, they really give us a frame of reference. So can you just repeat this after me? Nowadays, a young 20-year-old Russian can listen to a drum and bass song from a U.S. composer at a nightclub on the top of a building in Moscow. This was simply unimaginable in the 1970s.
Nowadays, young 20-year-old people can listen to drum and bass US composer and dance to this music on the roofs of a nightclub, which would have been impossible in the 1970s.
Exactly, right? Same thing on the next one, right? What is the impact of technology on the way we make and listen to music? What would be a specific piece of software that you use to listen to music, Tatiana?
Software, my smartphone, my headphones.
That's hardware.
Software, applications. Like Spotify or YouTube or...
Yeah, okay. Give me an example, just so so this time I want you to give me the example. So give me a specific example of technology enabling people to listen to music on the go, anywhere, any choice of music through software. Give me a specific example for this thought, okay?
For example, I can listen to music on the go through my headphones, connecting via Wi-Fi to YouTube channel with my favorite music band,
which is
Queen.
Good. I can hear Queen. Queen is awesome. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. Okay, that's great. So Tatiana, I want you to practice those examples. Okay, that's what I want you to focus on when you're doing your IELTS speaking practice. For practice purpose, practice giving an example like that for every single question. Okay.
Duly noted.
All right. Now, in the real IELTS, maybe don't do it for every single question, maybe every second question, but practicing for every single question at home is a really good idea. Okay?
All right. Examples are key. Examples, examples, examples.
Yes. Okay. All right. Bye, Tatiana.
Okay, bye. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Let's give Tatiana a thumbs up. And as Tatiana wisely said, examples, 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 examples. Yes, right? I was talking about that before with we all sound like ChatGPT these days if we don't give examples. Okay. Domenico, I have a feeling that you're just dying to talk about the cello, and I want to give you that chance. Domenico, are you ready? Okay. Look at those thumbs up for Tatiana. Yeah, Tatiana, otherwise, great English, right? Just really get into those examples. Examples, like I said, students, will save you, especially when you're lost for ideas or words, okay? They're immediate words and ideas that express your thoughts, okay?
Oh, Adrian.
Miss-
Adrian.
Mr. LaFauci, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Although it's a sizzling hot summer day, and I'm trying to bear the heat. Sitting at my desk, it's easily. Summer is, it's already in full swing.
I love the English that you use. So Domenico says sizzling hot summer day. That's like 35 degrees plus. Would be considered a sizzling hot summer day. When something is sizzling, it's the sound of heat. It's like sizzling. Yes. And you're bearing the summer heat. That's good. Nice expressions there. All right, Domenico. It sounds like you like the cello.
Yeah, because it has the power to take me into a meditative state. I was introduced to the instrument by my brother, who is passionate about classical music. He also writes music as a hobby.
Do you know what you call a person who plays the cello?
Cellist.
Almost.
Cellist.
I know it's tricky, right? Celloist.
Yeah.
Celloist. So, cello, celloist. Yeah, a piano. Just repeat after me. And this is for everybody, not just for Domenico. So, repeat after me, Domenico. Cello.
Cello.
Celloist. Violin.
Violinist.
Or fiddler.
Yeah, fiddler.
So violinist. Yeah, because another name for the violin is the fiddle. So violinist or fiddler. Okay.
Fiddler.
Piano. Just repeat after me, Domenico. Piano.
Piano.
Pianist.
Pianist.
What's another way to say singer? A person who sings, doesn't play an instrument, but sings. Called a... Fair enough. That's a good answer. Vocalist.
Vocalist.
Yeah, vocalist. So, celloist, violinist, pianist, vocalist. How about a person who plays the drums?
Drummist.
No, but good try. That was a trick question. It's a drummer.
A drummer.
It's a drummer. All right, so some good nouns to know there. Thanks for helping me with that, Domenico. Are you ready for a couple of questions?
Yes, I am. Absolutely.
All right, let's do it. Do you think music has a role to play in education? And if so, what is it?
I think music has several potential benefits in education, like promoting cognitive development and multicultural understanding, And it also, I'm also of the opinion that music fosters creativity and provides an outlet for self-expression.
How do you think the internet has changed the music industry?
Oh, the internet has decidedly transformed the music industry over the past 20 years by enabling independent artists to reach global audience, facilitating collaboration and networking uh, with other singers, uh, and providing and basically providing new avenues for uh, new avenues for promoting music. However, it has also posed a great threat with regard to copyright issues.
Okay. All right. That's some good answers. Domenico, again, though, remember what I've been saying all class long, Domenico, is don't just sound like Chat GPT, okay? Because you don't want to just sound like the AI. So you don't just want like a good answer, good explanation, but you want a good example to support those ideas, right? Humans are extremely visual. So we want to create these visual representations of what we're saying. And there were a few cases where I really wanted you to include a piece and I felt it was missing. Let me show you, okay? Let me show you how the human mind perceives, okay? So I asked you this question here. Do you think music has a role to play in education? If so, what is it? You said, I think music has several potential benefits in education. Definitely paraphrase education if you can. What's another way to say education?
In
The
in the school.
Yeah, school is simple. Okay, so school would be the simple paraphrase. Now let's do a band 9 paraphrasing.
In the schooling.
In the schooling is okay. In the materials that are taught in school and the plan, like the schedule, the plan, the materials, all together, that's called the school what? It starts with a C. C-U-R.
I don't know.
You do know it. Once I say it, you'll be like, oh yes, of course. I think it's the same word.
Curriculum.
Yeah, it's kind of the same word in Italian, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right? So you know it, Domenic. Don't tell me you don't know it. I know you know it because I know in Italian it's kind of the same word.
Yeah.
Any Latin base.
Yeah. Benefits in the school curriculum.
Yeah, like promoting cognitive development. So okay, so far it's good, right? So and look, all your peers are saying curriculum or curricula if we're going singular versus plural. So I think music has several potential benefits in the school curriculum, like promoting cognitive development. That's fine. And then you said multicultural understanding, right? And I'm also in the opinion that it allows for self-expression. Now, this is a question to all of our viewers, like Romelia and John and Shushi Shubi and Cebu. Where would you like to see an example? If you're the examiner, and let's no, Domenico, don't tell anybody. Don't tell. I want your classmates to tell us. So I want your peers to tell us. So those of you who are in the chat watching, when you hear your speaker, so let's say you're Domenico's examiner in the IELTS, and Domenico gives you this answer. I think music has several potential benefits in the school curriculum, like promoting cognitive development, multicultural understanding, and I'm also in the opinion that allows for self-expression. Where would you like Domenico to say, this is what I mean when I say these words, right? Watch what happens in the chat, Domenico. You're going to see it. Just give them a second because they got a 6-second delay on us, right? So it'll take a second for them to hear and type it in.
Intellectual ability.
No, nothing new. We don't want Domenico to say anything new. What do we want the example for? Okay, Juan says an example of self-expression would be nice. Amra says an example of multicultural understanding, right?
Multicultural understanding, for example, folky music symbolizes the diverse music, the regional music, like in Italy. For example, we have in Sicily, we have folk music, which has been preserved the over the past 20 years despite the globalization. So it's part of our daily life. It's it's we can't detach ourselves from this from our traditions. uh, I know that in many other countries that they let people maybe perhaps let uh, music from different music
All right,
styles
Domenico,
enter the
control it.
country, but
Control it. You have
we
to control it. Domenico, you have to control it. Too much information. TMI, too much information. But you're right. So you picked it out. So as soon as you started to look at the chat and look at what people are saying, you started to realize that, okay, AJ says multicultural, Chen says multicultural, Amra says multicultural, Angel says multicultural. Majority rules. If you see 5 out of 10 people saying multicultural understanding should have an example, that probably means that your examiner, even if they're not thinking about it, would really appreciate an example for that, right? So in this answer, basically there are 3 places where you could give an example: cognitive development, multicultural understanding.
cognitive development, because
Just a sec,
music,
Domenico. Just a sec. And self-expression. So these are the 3 terms that you used: cognitive development, multicultural understanding, and self-expression. These 3, each one could have an example. Now, we wouldn't want to give an example for each one on the IELTS because that would be too much. The examiner will interrupt you, right? So you would choose one of these 3. The clear choice for me, the easiest choice, would be multicultural understanding, because it's kind of unique. It's like, well, how do we, understand? What do we understand? So what you're saying is that Sicilian folk music has been preserved for how long, Domenico? I just said 1,000 years, but you know better. How long how long has Sicilian folk music existed?
Let me say, I don't have much information about it.
To the best of your knowledge.
Yeah, 200 years.
200
years.
Okay.
Yeah.
200 years, even with globalization. I can still hear. What's the name of a Sicilian folk song?
That's a very interesting question, because
Make it up. Make it up.
I don't know if you.
The olive tree. We're gonna call it the olive tree.
The kind of music that
Domenico, I'm just gonna call it the olive tree, right? So.
Yeah, the olive tree.
Okay,
Do you know the kind of music that is played in Argentina?
Yeah, I do. And again, Domenico,
Yeah.
the truth does not matter on the IELTS. So everybody, listen to what I'm saying, because it's not just for Domenico, it's for everyone. The truth doesn't matter on the IELTS. If you can't think of a traditional folk song on the spot, it is totally okay. All right, you don't have to. You can just make it up. All right, I just made it up, Domenico. So the olive tree. I don't know. I'm just making it up, right? But I can hear it. So that's what we want to do. We want to.
Our music, Adrian. Our music has roots in Spanish and Arabic culture.
There you go. So here is your Band 9 answer, Domenico. I think music has several potential benefits in the school curriculum, like promoting cognitive development, multicultural understanding. In Sicily, the traditional folk music, like the olive tree that I can hear in my head, shares the importance of olives in the culture, as well as the Arabic and did you say Spanish?
Yes.
Influence, okay? And we can even take out this last part, the opinion of self-expression.
Right. Basically, Sicily was colonized by Arabs and Spanish.
Okay, so here's your band 9 answer, Domenico. I think music has several potential benefits in the school curriculum, like promoting cognitive development, multicultural understanding. In Sicily, traditional folk music like the olive tree that I can hear in my head shares the importance of olives in the culture as well as the Arabic and Spanish influence. Can you try that answer when you're ready, Domenico?
I think music has several potential benefits in the school curriculum, like promoting cognitive development, multicultural understanding. In Sicily, traditional folk music like the olive tree that I can hear in my head shares the importance of olives in the culture as well as the Arabic and Spanish influence.
Okay, that's your band 9. That's what examiners are looking for, right? So details, don't overspeak, slow yourself down, and really just, especially when you say something like multicultural influence or understanding, you want to be able to represent that. All right, Domenico, thank you so much for volunteering, and thank you so much for helping me explain some of these very important points to our viewers.
You're welcome. You are most welcome, Adrian.
Domenico, have an awesome rest of your day, and listen to some enchanting cello when you get the chance.
I feel like I'm lost in the music.
Cello, absolutely. Yeah, cello is very soulful.
Yeah, the kind of music can range from warm to soulful, and it can be heart-wrenching, but also uplifting.
Absolutely. Bye, Domenico. Have a nice day. All right, that was Domenico. Let's give him a thumbs up. Always just so vibrant, Domenico. I love it. Okay. All right. Any new people we haven't? Oh, don't call me. Chai, I think might be somebody new, a premium student. Let's see if Chai is here with us. Are you there? Are you ready? Chai or Kai? I'm not sure of the pronunciation here. We'll soon find out. Chai or Kai? One of those two. Chai, Kai? If you're still there with us, let me know and we'll connect. We seem to be having some issues connecting with India, I think. But anyway. Rupinder says, the page is not working in my device. Try a different device, Rupinder, if you have one. All right. Rupinder, send me an email. Okay. I don't know if Chai is there or not. Chai's not responding. Okay. Let's see if we have anybody else here. Mohammed at the very, very bottom. Mohammed, are you ready? Mohammed says, I'm with you for volunteering, for speaking. Okay. Mohammed, if you're there, let's see. I can't believe you found a little emoji for speaking. That's great. Let me know. Let me know if you're still with me, Mohammed. Yes, there's Mohammed. All right. Mohammed, are you there? It sounds like you picked up really fast, but I can't hear you. Mohammed, we'll do this again another time. I just can't hear you. It might be the setup on your end, so I'm not sure what's going on. Kamaboko has been really active in the chat, so let's see if Kamaboko is ready. Are you ready, Kamaboko? If you're there, let me know. Hopefully we'll be able to find another person. Again, students, when you're trying the system, especially if it's the first time, I highly, highly recommend practicing with someone first to make sure it works, and using a VPN is often a good idea. Kamaboko,
Hello, sir.
how are you?
I'm very good. How about you, sir?
Great. Good practice today, Kamaboko. You've been very active in the chat. It's excellent.
Thank you, sir.
Where are you, Kamaboko?
I'm from Punjab, sir, in India.
From Punjab, India. This is our first time talking, right?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, good for you. Welcome. Kamaboko, why are you taking the IELTS?
I just, sir, plan to have my higher studies in abroad Canada, so I'm just taking IELTS for that.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, Kamaboko, let's jump into a few questions. Let's talk about music and musical instruments. How does music contribute to a person's emotional well-being?
In my opinion, first of all, what can I say from personal experiences? Music definitely relaxes the mind and kind of provides the peace that one needs in everyday lifestyle, because our lifestyle is quite hectic these days, and I definitely think music provides an escape route to this monotonous routine. And I think this period of physical inactivity and just solitude is something that everyone requires.
What types of music are most popular in your country, and why do you think that is?
The genres that I can think of right now are pop and hip hop, I would say, because most of the people that are around me usually engage in listening to these type of songs. Moreover, the songs which are very energetic and loud are kind of very popular. I seldom see emotional or romantic songs trending these days. So yes, these type of songs are popular these days.
All right, I'm going to stop there and give you some feedback. Kamaboko, first of all, really nice English. I can tell you're very comfortable with English, and you likely use it quite often. Your overall band score would be probably about an 8 for those two answers. So you're definitely in the very good range, right?
That gave me a confidence boost you can't imagine, sir.
Yeah. No, that was great.
Okay.
I can tell that when you're speaking English, you're thinking English. For a native listener of English, it's quite, I don't want to say it's easy, but it's quite relatively easy to know when somebody is just thinking in English when they're speaking in English. So you're not translating. The reason I know that too is because your language sounds natural and it's nearly flawless as far as grammar is concerned. So your grammar is pretty much flawless.
Okay.
There are a couple of slight mistakes. That's why I can't give you a band 8.5 or 9 that are a little bit awkward or a little bit off. Plus, I would like to have more content, and I'm freaking out here, Kamaboko. I've said so many times, examples, and nobody's giving me examples. Why are you not giving me examples? Right?
Actually, sir, I'm also taking professional training, and I just get there's this complaint from my teachers too, but I just can't improve in this. I don't know what to do about it.
The reason why, yeah, and you know what? Fair enough. I think a lot of people are like, why do I not think of examples? I think the reason is because we're just not imagining the situation, right? So when I asked you, how does music contribute to a person's emotional well-being? It's a little bit tricky to see that visually, right?
Oh, okay.
So what you have to do, Kamaboko, is you have to give it an extra step, an extra effort to visually see that, okay?
Okay.
So when you think about yourself and when you listen to music to help you feel in a little bit of a better mood, when do you do that? When have you put on music where you put the music on because you needed to just change your mood? When did you do that?
Actually, it's just before sleeping at night, because I've done most of the work that I'm supposed to do in the day, and just 15 minutes of just lying on my bed and listening to music peacefully is something that I crave every day before sleeping.
I could so give you a band 9 if you did that. If you talk to me like that, okay? Because it's so
Okay.
visual, it's so original, it's so there. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. And see, when you said that to me, I can tell that the difference between what you just said and your first answer is the first answer you were thinking, but you were not seeing.
Okay.
The second answer that you just gave me, I could feel that you actually saw yourself lying in bed listening to music before you go to sleep. And so it was very visual. And if you can create visual empathy with me, your listener, it will
Okay.
definitely help your communication and your mark. No question. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
And one more thing, sir. Sorry to go off topic, but you can call me Dilnoor.
Dil-
Kamaboko is not my real name.
okay. Dilnoor, you said?
Yes, sir. Dilnoor. Dilnnoor.
Okay. Dilnoor. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. If I mispronounce it, let me know. So examples. So that's basically what's keeping you from an 8.5 or potentially even a 9. The first pronunciation of genres was correct. Then you changed it to genres, but that's not correct. So genre. Just repeat after me. Genre.
Genre.
Yeah, it's a j sound. Genre.
Okay.
All right. Okay, watch your verbs. You said because most of the people around me engage in this music. Engage is okay, but favor or listen is better. So favor this music.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So just repeat after me. Most of the people around me favor hip hop and pop music.
Most of the people around me favor hip hop and pop music.
Awesome. Much better. Okay, so watch your verbs. You were close, but it wasn't perfect, so careful with that. All right.
Okay, sir.
Overall, that was awesome. Thank you so much for volunteering, and I hope you come back again in the future classes. Okay, Kamaboko?
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
You can surely get me seeing till 22 July because I'm planning to give my exam on 22 July.
On the 22nd of July. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, lots of classes until then, so come back. You'll see the schedule on the YouTube community post, but basically it's always Thursday, Friday, Saturday around this time, okay?
Okay, sir.
All right. Okay, thanks again for volunteering and sharing your good English. That was great. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye for now. All right. Fantastic. Dilnoor, I believe, is what he said, right? So, all right. Okay. Very nice. Students, this part of the website is for you to interact with each other, not just me. Okay, so talk to each other. As you can see, lots of interested, beautiful people here that would like to practice their IELTS with you. So talk to each other, ping each other, write each other text. Hey, do you want to speak for a minute? Hey, do you want to chat, ask some questions? You have some questions at the top here, okay? Some sample questions that you can click on and then go through. All right. Okay, everybody. To use our premium IELTS package, just click the big red button. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access, doesn't cost a lot, and you can even use it for just general English practice and learning long after you have finished the IELTS. It's still great. We have some of the best strategies for good quality communication for not just IELTS, but school, work, and you'll see your life improving in many, many different areas by enhancing your communication. So click that big red button. Do yourself a favor. General IELTS students, gieltshelp.com, green background. I'm back on Thursday, everybody. Thank you so much, volunteers. Thank you so much, members. Thank you so much, subscribers and viewers. I love you all. I really do. And I wish you an awesome rest of your weekend. I hope you get some fun in there and keep your chin up. And remember, you're all beautiful people. Don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. I'm Adrian. I'm signing out from Victoria, Canada, wishing you farewell. Bye for now.